Hey Magic players, Brian here for MTG Frontier Guide, bringing you a budget, standard, and frontiered deck tech. This one is quite hilarious. It grabs your opponent's creatures, smacks them, and then you either sacrifice them or fling it at them. We start out with 3 spells that help us grab our opponent's creatures. We have a playset of Kari's Expertise, 3 copies of Wrangle, and 3 copies of Hijack. Kari's Expertise is such a good card. For 3 mana, you get to gain control of your opponent's creatures and play a 2-drop spell without paying for it. You could combo with a Fling, or if they have a 4 or less power creature, you could end up grabbing 2 creatures with Wrangle. Now, Wrangle lets you gain control of a creature with power 4 or less for just 2 mana, which is awesome for early game. Hijack lets you gain control of a creature or an artifact, so you could even end up grabbing someone else's vehicle or a Panharmonicon, etc. So what do we do once we have the creature? Well, we pump it up, smack them with it, and then sacrifice it. Hazoret's Favor, Fling, and Heart-Piercer Manticore are all great at this. We're on a playset of Hazoret's Favor, 3 copies of Fling, and 2 Heart-Piercer Manticores. Hazoret's Favor gives the creature a +2/+0 pump, gives it haste, and you sacrifice it at the beginning of the next end step. Fling has an additional cost of sacrificing a creature, and it deals damage equal to the power of the sacrificed creature to target creature or player. So of course it would be optimal to sack the creature after you've had a chance to hit them with it. Heart-Piercer Manticore has the same type effect as Fling when it enters the battlefield. If you choose to sack a creature, then it deals damage equal to the sacrificed creature's power to target player. So what if they have a lot of creatures, or we run out of grab creature spells, or don't have enough mana for all the creatures they have? Well, we run 4 copies of Goblin Dark-Dwellers, 2 copies of Hazoret's Undying Fury, and 1 Neheb the Eternal. Goblin Dark-Dwellers, when it enters the battlefield, lets you cast an instant or sorcery spell from your graveyard with CMC 3 or less for free. Most of our spells are 3 or less, so hey, it works out real well. Also, it is a 4/4 with menace, not too shabby at all. Hazoret's Undying Fury lets you exile the top 4 cards of your library, and you get to cast any non-land cards with CMC 5 or less without paying for them. Neheb the Eternal gives you 1 red mana for each life your opponent lost this turn, so if you whack them for 10, you get to add 10 mana to your mana pool. In case you run into a creature-heavy deck, we run 3 copies of Sweltering Suns, 3 Fiery Tempers, and 4 copies of Shock. Sweltering Sun lets you deal 3 damage to all creatures, and has the added bonus of having cycling, so if you don't need it, you can discard it and grab a new card for just 3 mana. Fiery Temper lets you deal 3 damage to a creature or player, and Shock lets you deal 2 damage to a creature or player. Burn is always good to finish off that last bit of health from your opponent, and also to deal with other creature threats. And now for our mana base. It's quick and simple, just 24 mountains, that's it, nothing else. Alright, now for the sideboard, which as I always say can vary greatly depending on your local meta. Here's some good options though. You get By Force, Incendiary Flow, Magma Spray, and Burn from Within. I playtested this one on MTGO and found that it works best if you don't show them how your deck works right away, because then they won't play creatures and you end up discarding spells until you get them with burn spells. So make sure that you sideboard quite a bit of direct damage or switch it up to aggro. Alright, well that's the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to like the video and subscribe to our channel. It helps us out a great deal. Also, leave us a comment. Let us know if you give the deck a try and how it worked out for you. This was Brian with MTG Frontier Guide, bringing you the quit hitting yourself budget deck tech. Thanks again, and get out there and have fun and play some Magic. Bye.